him.
I want to watch the news.
Are you making headway at least?
This is the news.
Smack 'em on gob, everybody. It's time for the only news that matters. And it's time to bash the hell out of Sammy Hagar Belcher again. Yeah, you know the guy. The guy keeps saying, I love Alex. I want to talk to Alex. He won't return my calls. I don't get it. He's a meanie. So now it's building up. I called this. I knew this was going to happen. See, when Sammy Hagar Belcher first got the news that he didn't get mentioned in the book or whatever in interviews, he said, he started off a little light. I mean, attacking Alex no less, but still, not really focusing on why Alex is not talking about his era, more saying, you know what, I'm a good guy, and I feel bad for Alex. That was his explanation. He looks so rickety. He can't play drums no more. That's how he first said it, but you see, it's eating at him now. It's eating at him. So now he's like, you know what? Alex Van Halen, it's blasphemy for ignoring Van Halen's years of success with their second singer. Yes, Van Halen's new memoirs, Brothers, focuses on the life and times of Eddie Van Halen, but ends with the original departure of David Lee Roth in 1985. The book makes no mention of the Van Hagar years at all. The Vangina years at all. Van Halen later explained, what happened after Dave left is not the same band. The music was the first year. I know I've read this many times before, but God, I love reading this. The magic was in the first years, when we didn't know what we were doing, when we were willing to try anything. Yeah. And in a recent other interview, he said, the original band was the band that was the driving force. That was the connection between the desperate parts of the musical world, if you will. And we were young. The first record going platinum, it's incredible. That's something you can never really expect to happen again. Yeah. So he's out there just gloating about the real Van Halen. And it's burning Sammy up. Now it's just getting to him. It's getting to him now. And now he's opening up. Mr. I want to be Alex's friend is now like bashing on Alex. Yeah, Hagar's later comments came after he posted a picture from 1991 on Instagram showing himself and Eddie Van Halen heading to the stage before a show. Attached was a lighthearted discussion of the clothes they were wearing, as Hagar noted that we all survived this era's fashion disaster. Really? You survived it? You're telling me that Van Hagar, Vangina, survived it like Vangina is selling today like it did back then? No, it's not. You didn't survive jack shit. You survived by fucking Van Halen money, buying Cabo Wabo and making millions off of that. You wouldn't have been able to do that with I Can't Drive 55 money. That's for sure. But anyway, the mood changed. When he put up that picture after a fan commented, my dad always said the Roth days were about the party. The Sammy days was about the music. Another follower wrote, no disrespect to Alex, but it's okay to like Vangina, even if he doesn't anymore. And a third poster said, most purists believe Van Halen ended with David Lee Roth, which prompted a tense response from Hagar. Hey, that pissed them off. You bring up Dave, and if how Dave is more important than Van Halen than you are? This is what he said. He said, I could have ended my friend, but instead we went on to sell 50 million records. Bullshit. You know, for #1 albums, then sold every building and stadium in the world for a whole decade. That never happened again. All right, right there, more bullshit. I remember my friend and his wife were going to go see 5150, right? And his wife got sick, so he asked me to go. And Eddie Van Halen is my all-time favorite guitar player. I had no interest in going to this, but I figured, hey, BTO is opening, and I'll go check out Eddie do Eruption. I heard 5150. I don't think I heard the whole album until on the way there, but I heard enough that I was like, this sucks. I don't want to see this shit. But I went to go see it. Well, I meant I ain't going to buy the shit, which I'm proud to say I have never, ever bought a Vangina album. From day one, I don't want this shit in my collection. You know, so this is bullshit. Because that 5150 show, when I was there, I remember vividly. The upstairs wasn't exactly full, and it was not a sold out show. And I'm sure it just wasn't Hollywood Sportatorium. Which, by the way, every time the last 2 times Van Halen played the Sportatorium, Diver Down tour 2 nights. 1984 tour 2 nights. Both nights sold out, okay? 5150, 1 night, and it wasn't sold out. 50 million albums, really? Really? Who believes that? Who fucking believes they sold 50 million albums? Oh, I know. Stupid Hagar Belcher fans who say shit online like, they sold more with Sammy because my master told me so. And I hope one day I get to have sex with him and I would proudly be the pitcher. Yep, that's Sammy Hagar fans that believe him. Anyway, he says, Alex is not doing his brother's musical legacy justice by not acknowledging all the #1 albums and some great music Eddie and I wrote together. Not Alex. He's already... Look at this, man. This is a guy that's begging Alex to be his friend. Now he's bringing this up. Alex had nothing to do with this shit. But Eddie and I wrote together. To not acknowledge those 10 years of music is blasphemy to his brother's musicianship, songwriting, and legacy. This guy should talk about. This guy is telling Alex Van Halen that you are mistreating your brother. This guy who wrote a fucking book, you know, who ran around pissed off in interviews saying,
fuck you, Eddie Van Halen.
You know what it is to tell Alex Van Halen that he's misusing his brother's legacy or whatever? This guy, out of everybody to say it to Alex Van Halen, we have this dude that loved to bash on Eddie while he was still alive. Every opportunity he got to sell that stupid book. Oh yeah. He went out there bashing Eddie in every interview. Anyway, last month, Hagar insisted he wanted to end his dispute with Alex Van Halen. It's on my bucket list that I will not take this to my grave. And I don't want Al taking it to his grave. I'd be happy to play with him, but it's not that what I'm looking for. I just want to be friends again. See? He's like fucking bipolar. One interview, I want to be his friend. The next interview, you're bashing on the guy. You know, then you're saying you love him, and then you go back now and saying, oh, you know what? You're tainting your brother's legacy, his musical legacy. Where Eddie himself said, you know, hey man, I should have paid closer attention to these stupid ass lyrics that Sammy wrote. Eddie did say he liked the music, but you know, and then in another interview talking about, I heard Sammy Hagar's solo shit, and that shit sucks. You know? So, Yeah, while Eddie was alive, he was goofing on Sammy Hagar's solo stuff. Oh boy, I wish Sammy would just fucking come and do an interview with me. Damn it, pussy. God damn, I've tried everything, man. Fucking shadowy worm. That's what Sammy is. A fucking shadowy worm. Yeah, that's right. And Alex doesn't want to be your friend because of this latest interview that you've been doing for over a decade now. You've been bashing on Eddie and Alex. Oh, I don't want to take this to the grave. By the way, Alex, you're tainting your brother's musical legacy. Fuck Sammy Hagar Belcher. Fuck his wife, Michael Anthony Belcher. And fuck all you dumb idiots that believe a fucking word out of his mouth. 50 million albums, these nuts. Anyway, Sammy Belcher sucks, but you all rule. Even you Sammy fans. I mean, you Sammy fans that believe him. Yeah, you're dumb, but you rule. And I thank you so much. And please, everybody out there, subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Ring that little notification bell. I totally would appreciate that. And like the video. It's good for the YouTube algorithms. So stay frosty. Listen to Real Van Halen with David Lee Roth. And Sammy Belcher sucks. Smack him a cob.
Farewell and adieu to you fair Spanish ladies. Farewell and adieu, you ladies of Spain. For we've received orders for to sail back to Boston. And so never more shall we see you again.